Hey guys, I'm back with another houseplant of the week care tips video. Today we're going to talk about the Maranta leucanera, aka prayer plant, often called the Maranta or a prayer plant. It's called the Maranta because at night when the light gets dimmer, it will point its leaves straight up to the sky as if it's praying, which looks really cool, I think. If it gets too dry, it won't pray. That's a sign you can use to see if your prayer plant needs to be watered. Something really cool about these guys is that they are non-toxic for cats and dogs. So if you have a cat and you're worried about him eating your plants, there are tons of different varieties of prayer plants, and they're all non-toxic. Lots of different color leaves. These are just two of mine. This one's called a lemon lime. Really pretty bright green on there, and this is called the silver stripe. It's a little more rare. Just got this one recently. It's kind of a baby, but hopefully it'll grow fast. So these guys are considered a little tougher to take care of by some people. One reason is that they like some humidity, so it doesn't have to be a ton of humidity. They don't even need a humidifier. In fact, I don't think they like to get excess moisture on top of their leaves. You want to make sure you water at the base of the stems. But a pebble tray would work well for them, or just keeping them bunched around a lot of other house plants. It'll create some humidity for them. For those of you who don't know, you can create a pebble tray just with whatever you keep underneath your plant to catch the water. Add some rocks on there to raise the pot up off the bottom, and then add some water. Make sure the water's not reaching to the bottom of the plant, and then as the water evaporates, it'll create humidity. So they like a little bit higher humidity, although I don't give these guys pebble trays anymore, and I don't even have them grouped around a bunch of other plants. They are doing okay. Some of these brown tips is probably because it would like a little bit higher humidity, but overall they're doing fine. So for now I'm leaving it. I may add a pebble tray soon. Another thing about them that's a little bit tricky is they don't like to dry out. A lot of plants like to completely dry out and then be soaked, or almost completely dry out. These guys like to stay a little bit moist. Obviously you can't have it too moist or the roots will rot, as with any plant. But they don't want to dry out too much, so that's a little bit tricky. And when I first planted this guy, which I've had for a couple years, out of its nursery pot, I put it in a clay pot, which helps the soil dry out faster, and it was not happy. It was drying out way too fast. I was watering it every few days. That's where this brown came from. A lot of the leaves turned brown. I just already pulled them off, and all the new growth was dying. So I planted him in here, and he got so much happier. Like within a day, I could tell this guy was happier just by the way he was positioning his leaves. And now I water him maybe once every 10 days. He's just in a normal indoor soil mix. It holds on to moisture a little bit more, and that's fine for these guys. This one I got from someone online recently, and its soil is a little bit chunkier, got a little bit more bark and rocks in it. It dries out faster, and it's a smaller pot. So I have to water this guy till it runs out the bottom, probably once every 5, 6, 7 days. So that's working for now. I like this cute little pot it's in, but at some point maybe I'll plant them in together. We'll see. So, and then the last thing is light. They don't like bright light. They don't like direct light. Right now, being outside, they would not do well if they stayed out here for long. If you go online, it'll say that they like bright indirect light. In my experience, they are happiest with just indirect light, like not bright. I have them in a north-facing window a few feet away from the window, and they like it. I have another one in a south-facing window that gets bright light, but it's all the way in the back wall, far away from the window, and it's the happiest it's ever been. So I think a lot of people give these guys too much light, and that's part of the problem, as well as letting it dry out too much and not giving it humidity. So those are all things you got to keep an eye out with these guys. And I gotta go. Thanks for watching my video. Bye.